Hello traders, Day Trader Matt here of businesswithtrading.com, and today we're talking about our S&P market analysis. And it's been interesting. We did talk about in our last video the possibility of price breaking up above this 2400 and these highs over here, and sure enough the market has done it, which is very interesting. It means the market's doing something different than what we thought. And it's kind of cool. At the moment, price can kind of go a couple different ways, and that's why we have this on the chart right now. But it is interesting to see the market actually do something different. It's refreshing, and we like it. So what is price about to do now? That is the $64,000 question. Right now, we're looking for resistance in this region. And at the moment, it can go either way, really. If it breaks down below 2400, should see it break down strong. Then we can probably look for price into this region that we've been looking at for a little while now, 2320 to 2289, somewhere in there. So if price does break down strongly, and we would think that it would probably make a high over this 2418 area before it breaks down. If it does break down, it's definitely set up to where it can take off to the upside. So above this 2428 2430 level, then we can probably look for it somewhere 2450 2460, and that should be on its way to 2500 and above. That's what we're thinking right now. We'll obviously take a wait and see approach. Price has done something a little bit differently, and it can go either way. It can start its march to 2500, which technically would have started down here. But if it does break above this, that's what we're looking for. And if it does start breaking down, this is what we're looking for. It's going to be an interesting rest of the week. We're recording this on the 31st of May, 8 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday. So as right now, we're probably going to get a little bit of a gap up. So we can get a gap and crap, they call it, where it gaps up and then just reverses. We can get a gap and continued action. And if it actually gaps up and breaks that 2428 2430 today, that actually would be pretty darn bullish and should actually start seeing a strong move above this 2450 2460. I highly doubt that happens today, but stranger things do happen. This was our least likely scenario in the last video we did, and sure enough that happened. And that's one of the best things about the market is dynamic. It's its own creature, and it does do what it wants to do. We can come up with our analysis, we can come up with things that we're looking for, but price is always going to be king. Price is always going to do what it wants to do. Market's made up of a ton of individuals, and they have their own minds. They make their own trades. And it doesn't always go the way our analysis is, and that's why we always have multiple scenarios. You saw in our last video we had 3 scenarios. This was one of them. We haven't got a lot of follow through from here, but it is holding this support level right now, which was resistance. It peaked above it or gapped above it, and now it's holding it. So it should be rather interesting. So we're definitely watching this week. This week should be a turning point. We should be able to see a break up or break down. Now, we only have 3 more days, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, but I think that sometime in these next 3 days we're going to actually see something. So that's what we're looking for, either a break below 2400 on its way to 2320 to 2289, or a break above 2428 to 2430 on its march to 2500, the brief stop somewhere between 2450 to 2460. Love to hear comments. If you have any, put them down below. Love the interaction. You can also email me directly, support@abusinesswithtrading.com. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your trading week. I'll see you back here in the markets. Thank you.